When Jesus came, he said, "Lo, I've come to do thy will according to that which has been written about me in the volume of the books." It's important for you and I to know the template of God's plan for your life and my life so that we run according to it. Do not run another man's race. Many a times we find ourselves trying to emulate other people that God had not called us to emulate. And the clear example in scripture, you have two distinct people. You have Joseph and you have Moses. Joseph was not raised up in the palace. He was born in the wilderness in Canaan. But God's assignment, God's destination for him was to be a prime minister in Egypt. And so God sent him from the wilderness into the palace to influence policies, to make sure that when famine will come, that the people in Egypt and also the people in Canaan and the people in the earth will have food to eat. God raised up someone in the wilderness, took him to the palace in Egypt because that is his primary place of assignment. On the other hand, you have Moses. Moses was born in Goshen in Egypt, but he grew up in the palace, but his place of assignment was not the palace in Egypt. The place of his assignment was to lead God's people out of it, and so he rejected the luxuries, the comfort that comes with the palace. We see the two distinctions here, that one was born and raised up in the wilderness and eventually found purpose in the palace, while the other was born in Egypt. He grew up in the palace but rejected palace to go into the wilderness to lead God's people to their destiny. If Moses had tried to emulate Joseph, it would have probably ended up as a politician in Egypt, as trying to fight for God's people in Egypt to make sure they get better quality of life. But that was not the plan of God for them. The plan of God was an exodus for them. What God needed was a prophet who will lead God's people out of Egypt into the promised land, and that was how Moses came into being. If Joseph had tried to be like Moses as well, he would have said, "Oh, you Pharaoh and everyone in Egypt, I come against you, let fire consume you, and then I'm taking my people, I'm taking all these people out." That was not the plan of God. It's important where God is sending one person to, God is asking somebody else to leave that place to go fulfill assignment somewhere else. And so that the template of everyone's life is different. You need to know what God has called you to do, the plan and the purpose of God for your life. It is important to understand. "Lo, I've come to do thy will according to that which had been written about me in the volume of the books." What has God written about you? Have you discovered it? And are you working in it? God bless you. Bye.